Welcome. Today, we are undertaking an in-depth analysis of a persistent and evolving cyber threat plaguing the YouTube platform. This isn't about minor spam, it's about sophisticated operations using not safe for work, or NSFW, imagery and deceptive comments to lure users into complex attack chains. These attacks often culminate in malware infection or exposure to scam websites. This report, and our discussion today, details these operations, which demonstrate a blend of social engineering, technical evasion tactics, and clear financial motivation. The primary goals appear to be the distribution of info-stealing malware, such as VDOR and Lumma Stealer, and cryptomining software like Silent Crypto Miner. We are examining automated accounts, or bots, that leverage NSFW or sexually suggestive imagery in their profile pictures and comments. The main objective of these bots is to entice users to navigate to their YouTube channel's About page. This section of their profile is then used to host shortened URLs. When clicked, these URLs initiate a sequence of redirections. This chain ultimately guides unsuspecting users to websites designed to deliver malware, perpetrate phishing scams, or display additional unsolicited NSFW material. This malicious activity combines visual lures with social engineering through comments and exploits platform features for link placement. It represents a complex challenge for both YouTube and its user base. The pervasiveness of this issue is underscored by numerous user accounts and observations across online forums and communities. This indicates it's not an isolated phenomenon but a widespread problem affecting a significant portion of the platform. The impact is considerable and multifaceted. Users face direct security threats, including the risk of malware infection leading to data compromise and financial loss. Beyond technical risks, there's significant concern for user well-being, particularly for minors, who may be inadvertently exposed to inappropriate sexual content and manipulative schemes, potentially leading to psychological distress. This activity also degrades the platform's environment, eroding user trust and imposing a considerable moderation burden on content creators. YouTube is chosen as a vector for these campaigns deliberately. The platform's immense global user base, including many younger, potentially more vulnerable individuals, offers attackers a vast pool of targets. A spray-and-pray tactic of disseminating comments across numerous videos becomes statistically effective at such scale. Even a minimal click-through rate can translate into a large number of compromised individuals. Users might inherently trust links on a mainstream platform, especially when found on a profile page rather than in overtly spammy comments. The sheer volume of user-generated content and comments creates a noisy environment that can provide cover for these bots. Moreover, these bots demonstrate an adaptive adversary. They've shifted from embedding links directly in comments, a practice YouTube's filters have become better at detecting, to placing them on profile about pages. This is a clear circumvention strategy. If direct comment links are policed, attackers migrate to less scrutinized areas. The prominent use of NSFW imagery as a primary lure compensates for the link's indirect placement, providing a strong enticement for users to visit the bot's profile. This evolution shows a continuous effort by malicious actors to exploit weaknesses in platform defenses, making this a dynamic and resilient threat. The attack perpetrated by these YouTube NSFW bots follows a discernible multi-stage process. It begins with luring the victim through social engineering and deceptive imagery, progresses through obfuscated click trails, and culminates in the delivery of malicious payloads. Initial engagement relies heavily on psychological manipulation and exploiting platform features. A core component is the use of sexually suggestive or explicit images as bot profile pictures or avatars. These images are designed to immediately capture user attention and provoke curiosity. The imagery varies. It can be cartoonish or emoji-based, like a corn bot with a cat for their profile picture, or a peach for their profile picture. It can also be potentially real photographs or AI-generated visuals depicting suggestive poses or attire. Some accounts use cleverly disguised images, such as 3 cats arranged to look like that, likely to bypass automated image detection while still achieving a titillating effect. The primary goal is to be provocative enough to compel users to click on the bot's profile, regardless of the comment's content. Usernames are often generic, sometimes AI-generated in appearance, or combinations of names with alphanumeric suffixes. Different bots may share the same profile picture but have different usernames. The comments posted by these bots are often crafted to appear benign or even engaging. They frequently consist of generic positive remarks, flattering statements, or simple expressions of approval, like "wow nice heart" emojis or strangely flattering comments that are excessively positive. Many bots copy existing popular or highly rated comments within the same video's comment section. This mimicry makes the bot comment seem contextually relevant, helps it blend in, and can potentially bury the original comment, reducing authentic engagement. These comments are typically laden with emojis and are often posted very quickly on newly uploaded videos or on content of popular YouTubers to maximize visibility before moderation can occur. Often, comments are posted within seconds or minutes of a video's publication. Crucially, the comments themselves seldom contain the malicious link. They function as a vehicle to expose users to the NSFW profile picture and encourage a click-through to the bot's channel page. The actual malicious link is strategically placed within the About section of the bot's YouTube channel profile. This is deliberate, as YouTube's automated spam detection is more focused on links in the high volume of comments rather than profile pages. This placement bypasses some primary defenses against link spam. The synergy between the NSFW profile picture and the comment strategy is calculated. The profile picture is the visual bait, the comment places this bait before a large audience. The comment aims to be innocuous enough to avoid immediate deletion, allowing the provocative profile picture to entice a profile click where the link awaits. This two-step lure is less likely to trigger direct comment-based link detection and can create a fleeting perception of a real user, increasing clicks driven by curiosity or even intent to report the profile picture. Furthermore, copying popular comments is a form of comment hijacking. Beyond appearing legitimate, it can suppress genuine interaction by pushing original. Once a user clicks the link on the bot's About page, they are typically not taken directly to the final malicious destination. They are passed through a series of redirections designed to obfuscate the true endpoint and potentially evade detection. The initial links are almost invariably shortened URLs. Services like tinyurl and bit.ly are frequently reported. Even YouTube's own shortener, though its general use for arbitrary redirection has been curtailed, has been noted. Shorteners mask the actual destination URL, making it difficult for users to assess safety at a glance and potentially bypassing simple blacklist filters. They also offer attackers click-through rate tracking. A hallmark of these schemes is multi-step redirection. The shortened URL often leads to an intermediary web page, frequently described as a Linktree-like page. These pages act as a hub, hosting multiple outbound links to various final scam or malware hosting sites. This layering further obfuscates the payload's origin, makes tracing harder for researchers, and provides a centralized point for attackers to update malicious links if destinations are taken down. Each hop can introduce risks, especially with non-HTTPS connections. The ultimate destinations are consistently harmful. Users are typically funneled towards: first, scammy adult dating sites. These often solicit personal information or aim to trick users into bogus premium services, potentially involving credit card theft. Second, phishing pages, designed to steal login credentials for various online services like banking or social media. Third, malware distribution sites. These may initiate automatic downloads or trick users into downloading files disguised as legitimate applications, video players, or updates. And fourth, browser-based threats. Some landing pages may attempt to execute malicious JavaScript, display fake virus alerts to coerce malware downloads, or redirect to tech support scams. The architecture of these redirection chains, particularly intermediary pages, offers attackers operational flexibility and resilience. If a specific malware hosting domain is blacklisted, operators can update the link on their intermediary page instead of thousands of YouTube bot profiles. This allows rapid adaptation to takedowns and prolongs campaign lifespan. It also enables them to run multiple scam types or distribute different malware concurrently from the same bot traffic, potentially A/B testing lures or targeting various illicit revenue streams. The reliance on legitimate URL shortening services and link aggregation platforms, even cloned ones, is a subtle social engineering tactic. Users encountering familiar tools might be less suspicious. This abuse of trusted third-party services lowers user vigilance. The ultimate goal of many of these YouTube NSFW bot campaigns is the successful delivery and execution of malware on the victim's device. The types observed are typically geared towards direct financial gain for the attackers. Security researchers have identified several specific malware families. Infostulars are prominent. Proofpoint has reported the distribution of VDO, StealC, and LumaStealer. VDO, an infostular, steals credentials, browser data, crypto wallets, and files. It's delivered disguised as game cracks, like Empress League of Legends content, or pirated software, often hosted on MediaFire with links shared via Telegram. Its evasion techniques include payload bloating, around an 800 megabytes RAR file, password-protected archives, instructions to disable antivirus, and command and control C2 via Telegram, Steam, or Tumblr. StealC is another infostular that steals sensitive information. It's delivered via YouTube, likely using methods similar to VDO. Specific evasion techniques for StealC aren't detailed in this analysis, but general malware evasion applies. LumaStealer, also an infostular, steals credentials and other data. It's delivered via YouTube, potentially through Discord links in video descriptions leading to .zip archives. Evasion includes payload bloating, instructions to disable AV, and C2 via .shop, .fun, or .pw domains. Infostulars, in general, covertly collect and exfiltrate a wide range of sensitive information, login credentials, browser history, cookies, cryptocurrency wallet data, system information, and personal files. Cryptominers are also distributed. Kaspersky highlighted a campaign where YouTubers were extorted into distributing links leading to Silent Crypto Miner, a modified XMRig Monroe miner. Silent Crypto Miner mines cryptocurrencies like ETH, etc., XMR, and RTM using victims' resources. It's distributed via links in YouTube videos, for instance, as Trojanized WPD tools on GitHub, or via Python loaders and PowerShell scripts. Its evasion techniques are extensive: IP address checking, targeting Russian IPs, payload bloating, 690 megabytes, anti-sandbox VM checks, disabling Microsoft Defender, process hollowing into DWM.exe, dynamic configuration from paste bin, and pausing when monitoring tools like Task Manager are active. This type of malware hijacks victim computer resources, increasing electricity consumption, system slowdown, and hardware degradation. Other potential malware includes general Trojans, which disguise malicious code within seemingly legitimate software and are often delivered via phishing emails, malicious downloads, or software vulnerabilities. General ransomware encrypts files and demands payment, often spread via Trojans or phishing. General spyware or keyloggers secretly monitor user activity and capture keystrokes, often installed by Trojans. Infected devices may also be assimilated into larger botnets for DDoS attacks or distributing further spam. Malware is rarely delivered directly, employing deceptive techniques. It's often disguised as desirable content like pirated software, game cracks, e.g., Empress video game cracks, League of Legends content, cheat engines, or other sought-after digital goods. Malicious files are typically hosted on legitimate file-sharing services like MediaFire or distributed through links on platforms like Telegram or Discord, often promoted in YouTube video descriptions, in cases of extorted creators, or linked from bot profiles. Malware is frequently delivered in compressed, password-protected archives, like .rar or .zip, with the password provided alongside the download link. This can help evade some automated antivirus scanning. A critical part is socially engineering the victim into disabling their antivirus software, claiming it's necessary for the cracked software to function. The consequences of malware infection can be severe. Data theft and privacy breaches leading to unauthorized access and misuse of personal and financial information. Financial loss from compromised bank accounts, fraudulent transactions, lost crypto assets, or ransomware payments. Complete device compromise, allowing remote access for attackers to install more malware, monitor activities, exfiltrate files, or use the device in a botnet for DDoS attacks, spam, or click fraud. Identity theft and fraud, where stolen data is used to open new accounts or take out loans. The prevalence of impostulars and cryptominers strongly indicates direct financial enrichment as the motive. This is achieved by stealing valuable data or co-opting victim devices for resource-intensive tasks. The delivery process often includes additional social engineering beyond the initial YouTube lure. By disguising malware as sought-after software and providing instructions to disable security, attackers exploit the user's desire for free content to overcome caution. This multi-stage manipulation filters for more susceptible or less technically experienced. The success and persistence of these YouTube NSFW bot campaigns depend on a robust operational infrastructure and various evasion techniques designed to bypass platform defenses and user vigilance. The scale and coordinated nature of the comment spamming strongly point to botnets. A botnet is a network of internet-connected devices running bots, remotely controlled by an attacker, often via a command and control C2 server. These networks are instrumental in large-scale malicious activities like spam distribution, data theft, and DDoS attacks. Research, like a study by factcheck.by, has shown evidence of coordinated bot groups on YouTube generating a substantial percentage of comments. The NSFW bot's characteristics, mass commenting, consistent lure tactics, redirection to similar malicious endpoints, align with typical botnet-driven campaigns. These botnets can vary in C2 architecture, using centralized, decentralized, peer-to-peer, or hybrid models. The YouTube accounts used are sourced variously. Attackers might use legitimate YouTube accounts compromised via phishing or malware, or create new accounts specifically for these purposes. Some actor-created accounts have very short life cycles, active for only a few hours to deliver malware before being abandoned or detected. Mass account creation is likely facilitated by automated software. YouTube attempts to identify and flag accounts based on creation method, IP address, and behavior. Bot account usernames sometimes display patterns like Cyrillic or Latin names with alphanumeric suffixes, or appear AI-generated. Once a device is infected and part of a botnet, it connects to a C2 server for instructions. For malware like VDOR, operators use sophisticated C2 communication methods. VDOR has used legitimate social media platforms like Telegram, Steam Community, and Tumblr for C2 instructions. This blends malicious traffic with benign traffic on these popular platforms, making it harder to detect and block. Similarly, Silent Cryptominer fetches remote configurations from Pastebin, allowing dynamic updates to operational parameters or C2 locations post-infection. Using legitimate, high-traffic platforms like Telegram, Steam, and Pastebin for C2 is a significant evasion tactic. Traditional C2 servers often use dedicated IPs or domains that can be blacklisted. Embedding C2 traffic within encrypted, voluminous data streams of popular services makes command infrastructure more resilient and stealthy. It's challenging for network security to isolate these signals without high false positives or intensive deep packet inspection. Blocking entire platforms isn't viable, granting malware a persistent C2 channel. The strategy of using both compromised legitimate YouTube accounts and rapidly cycled, purpose-built malicious accounts shows a flexible approach. Compromised accounts might offer a veneer of legitimacy due to established history, potentially bypassing scrutiny applied to new accounts. Disposable accounts can be generated in large numbers for aggressive spamming with less concern for individual account longevity. This dual approach balances stealth with scale, adapting to operational needs and YouTube's evolving defenses. Bot operators and malware authors employ a wide array of techniques to evade detection by YouTube, third-party security software, and even discerning users. Regarding NSFW image filter evasion, bots often use profile pictures that are suggestive rather than overtly pornographic. This includes using emojis like ear of maize, cat face, or peach in comments or profile names to imply NSFW themes. Profile images might be subtly altered, AI-generated, or cleverly composed from innocuous elements to appear suggestive, like 3 cats arranged to look like that. These methods aim to be alluring but ambiguous enough to circumvent automated image classifiers trained on more explicit content. Techniques analogous to bypassing AI text filters, like rephrasing terms or using code words, may inform image selection or manipulation. For comment spam evasion, bots copy legitimate user comments from the same video to appear contextually relevant and less like random spam. They use generic, positive, or emoji-laden messages unlikely to trigger keyword-based spam filters. They engage in rapid posting on new videos, commenting quickly before moderators or slower automated systems can react. A key strategy is indirect linking, placing links on profile about pages, not in comments, to bypass comment content filters. For URL obfuscation, URL shorteners like tinyURL and bit.ly mask the true destination of malicious links, making it harder for users and simple filters to identify the threat. Multi-step redirection chains pass users through several URLs, often via intermediary pages, to further hide the final malicious site and allow flexible payload management. The malware payloads themselves have sophisticated malware execution evasion capabilities. Payload bloating, malware files are artificially inflated. VDOS RAR payload expands to around 800 megabytes, and Silent CryptoMiner's second stage loader is 690 megabytes. This is to exceed AV scanning limits or slow analysis. Social engineering for AV disablement, victims are frequently instructed to disable antivirus, claiming it's necessary for pirated software to run. Obfuscation via archives. Malware is commonly delivered in password-protected archives, .rar, .zip, preventing static analysis until manual extraction. Anti-analysis measures. Malware often includes checks for sandbox or virtual machine, VM, environments. If detected, malware may alter behavior or refuse to run. Defense evasion. Some malware actively disables security software. Silent CryptoMiner's loader turns off Microsoft Defender by adding an exclusion. Stealthy execution. Techniques like process hollowing inject malware code into legitimate system processes, e.g., Silent CryptoMiner into DWM.exe, making it harder to spot. Dynamic adaptation. Malware fetches updated configurations or C2 instructions from remote sources, e.g., Silent CryptoMiner using Pastebin, VDO using Telegram, Steam, Tumblr, allowing attackers to change tactics post-infection. Activity monitoring evasion. Some malware, particularly cryptominers, pauses resource-intensive activities if system monitoring tools like Task Manager are detected, to avoid suspicion. General botnet practice, though not explicitly detailed for these specific YouTube bots in the provided material, involves using proxies and rotating IP addresses to make tracing harder and circumvent IP-based blocking. This comprehensive suite of evasion techniques points to a well-informed, adaptive adversary. These are not amateur efforts, they show an understanding of platform defenses and endpoint security, and a continuous effort to exploit weaknesses. The social engineering component, especially instructing users to disable their own security, is critical for turning a delivered payload into a successful infection. It leveraged the user's desire for promised content to make them an unwitting accomplice. The strategy of using emojis as coded language and subtly altered or AI-generated images suggests ongoing adaptation to AI-based content moderation. Attackers constantly probe these systems, seeking to exploit blind spots, particularly for suggestive rather than overtly explicit content. YouTube has a range of policies and enforcement mechanisms. However, the persistence of NSFW malware bots highlights significant ongoing challenges. YouTube's governance framework includes several key policies. Spam, deceptive practices, and scams policies. These forbid content aiming to deceive users or redirect them off YouTube to sites distributing harmful software, gathering personal info, or having other negative impacts. Comments for these sole purposes are also prohibited. This directly applies to the bot's deceptive comments and links. Nudity and sexual content policy. YouTube doesn't permit explicit content for sexual gratification, including pornography, depictions of sexual acts, and certain fetishes. This extends to thumbnails, banners, and user avatars. While EDSA, educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic, exceptions exist, context is paramount, and gratuitous sexual content is prohibited. NSFW bot profile pictures fall under this policy. Child safety policy, protecting minors, is a stated priority. The platform prohibits harmful or dangerous content involving minors, including sexual content or inappropriate themes featuring or targeting them. Given YouTube's significant child audience, exposure to NSFW bot lures and malicious links violates these policies. Links in content policy. While these bots primarily use profile links, YouTube scrutinizes links and removes those it can't verify as safe. The spam policy also covers content sending audiences to sites spreading harmful software, which these bots do. Advertiser-friendly content guidelines. These impose stricter rules for monetized content. Content with highly sexualized themes, or using such themes in titles, thumbnails, including misleading emoji signals, may get limited for no ad revenue. This is relevant as bot lures often use imagery and cues violating these standards. YouTube employs a multi-pronged approach. Automated systems. A significant portion of moderation is handled by automated systems, likely using AI or ML. These analyze content against community guidelines. YouTube invested in technologies like its proprietary CSAI match, using image hashing, to detect known child sexual abuse material, CSAM. Algorithms also analyze traffic patterns and user reactions. Human review. Flagged content is often subject to review by human moderators who verify violations and take action. These decisions also train automated systems. Comment filters and moderation tools. YouTube provides default comment filters that can remove comments with links. Creators have tools to manage comments, holding potentially inappropriate ones for review, keyword filters, blocking users, and a strict moderation setting. Reporting mechanisms. Users and creators are encouraged to report content violating guidelines, including videos, comments, channels, and profile avatars. Consequences for violations. These range from content removal and warnings to channel strikes, suspension from monetization, or complete account termination. Despite these policies and efforts, the continued presence of NSFW malware bots indicates challenges and loopholes. Numerous user reports highlight the bots' persistence, with many feeling YouTube's efforts are insufficient or not decisive enough. Some users express frustration, believing YouTube may prioritize engagement or revenue over robust safety. The bots demonstrably circumvent existing security measures, must have found a new way around security. The strict comment moderation for creators is reported largely ineffective against porn bots because their comment content is often too generic or unpredictable for traditional regex-based filters. The sheer volume of YouTube content, especially comments, makes comprehensive moderation incredibly challenging. Advanced AI like large language models, LLMs, can identify bot-like comments, but deploying them against every comment is likely impractical at scale. Human moderation is expensive, difficult to scale, and can psychologically impact moderators. While some bot accounts and comments are reportedly removed quickly, sometimes within minutes, many others persist, especially on new videos. YouTube states reported videos are reviewed 24/7, but if their team finds no violation, further reporting of the same content won't alter the outcome. This frustrates users if content they see as violative remains. A key loophole is using the channel about page for malicious links, sidestepping direct comment link filters. Using suggestive but not overtly explicit or easily classifiable imagery for profile pictures may evade current image classifiers, perhaps more attuned to CSAM or clearly pornographic material. A significant disconnect appears between YouTube's stated safety commitment and policies, and the reality users experience. This suggests current automated systems are outmaneuvered by adaptive bot operators. The strategy of generic comments, suggestive profile pictures, and links in less policed profile areas exploits limitations in moderating at YouTube scale. While YouTube CSAI match is vital for illegal CSAM, its focus on known illegal imagery via hashing means it may not be optimally calibrated for the broader spectrum of NSFW, or suggestive, but not necessarily illegal CSAM imagery used by these bots. This could create a detection gap for luring images like cartoonish depictions or cleverly arranged items that are effective but don't match CSAM hash databases. While general nudity policies cover wider inappropriate imagery, automated enforcement against this more subjective category, especially for smaller profile pictures with novel or AI-generated visuals, appears challenging. Users report these images persist, suggesting detection enforcement gaps for nuanced imagery. Users also express grave concerns about children's exposure, feeling platform protection is inadequate. Users report seeing the same bot accounts persist or new ones quickly replace removed ones despite account integrity policies. We've now covered the nature of these NSFW bots, how their attacks unfold, the infrastructure supporting them, their evasion tactics, and YouTube's current responses and challenges. In our next segment, we will delve deeper into the direct impact and risks these bots pose to users and the wider YouTube ecosystem, followed by concrete recommendations for all parties involved.